Good Erev Shabbos to you, and I hope you're all well. Firstly, Mazel Tov this week. Mazel Tov to Bettina and Marcus Jacobs on the occasion of Soli's Bar Mitzvah, to Avital and Josh Broza on the birth of their son, to Emma and Barry Shaw on the birth of a granddaughter, to Leah and Jerry Grunberg on the forthcoming marriage of their granddaughter in Israel, and to anyone else celebrating a birthday or anniversary in the coming week. We wish Refuah Shalema a full and speedy recovery to anyone's unwell. We wish Arichas Yamim, long life, to Lorraine Gilbert on the sad passing of her father, to Michael Simons on the sad passing of his sister, and to anyone who's observing a yortzeit in the coming week. Now, it's advice that I give to every chosen before they get married, to every groom that I meet. Don't do it. No, that's not what I say. But I tell them this. For a relationship to be successful, there has to be chidush. There has to be freshness in it. You have to maintain a sense of excitement and newness. Why? Because the biggest danger for any relationship is when it becomes stale and routine or boring. And that's the brilliance of the laws of Taharas and Mishpacha, of family purity, as the halacha injects this regular chidush, this renewal into a marriage. And we have to be constantly aware of this. And I was reminded of it this week, as Eva and I celebrated our wedding anniversary. Thank you. You see, apparently, for the last 2 years, I've given her the very same anniversary card. Now, I don't mean literally the same card. I'm not really a schnorrer. I didn't actually recycle it. It just happened to be the exact same design. I didn't see the problem. I just didn't realize that the card I bought last year was the same one as I liked this year, and I bought the same one this year. It's the one that's the year before. Who remembers these sort of things? Anyway, when it was pointed out to me, I decided to make sure this year that I definitely didn't buy the same anniversary card as last year. And so I bought this card. It's actually a birthday card as well. That's Chiddush. It's different. It's novel. It's unexpected. And it wasn't even that expensive. You know, just before the 10th and final plague, the Jewish people are given their very first mitzvah. Says the Torah, Chodesh hazeh lachem rosh chadashim. This month shall be for you, shall mark for you the beginning of the months. Now, why was this the first mitzvah? How does this relate to a people on the verge of freedom? Well, the Bnei Yisachar notes the word Chodesh, month, has the same roots as the word Chiddush, renewal. And Rashi similarly says the Chodesh doesn't necessarily mean month, but renewal. And with the beginning of every new month, we have the ability to change, for something old to be seen in a new light, to gain new insight, where something that's novel emotionally illuminates the value of an idea we already knew intellectually, and allows us to internalize it. This is the very first mitzvah given to us as we're about to leave Egypt, because it highlights the major difference between slavery and freedom. You see, slavery is monotonous. It's the same routine every day. There's no room nor permission for innovation. Whereas freedom, by contrast, opens up multiple possibilities for choice, for variety. It allows for change, for novelty and freshness. Put simply, Chiddush is a sign of freedom. HaChodesh hazeh lachem rosh chadashim. Friends, Rosh Chodesh Nisan, the beginning of this new month, is a perfect opportunity for us to exercise our freedom. See, we have an obligation to ensure that our Judaism is anything but routine and boring. We have to make sure that our relationship with God is injected with excitement, and that our approach to Torah and mitzvahs is constantly renewed and refreshed. The Chazal tell us that God and the Jewish people are like a chosen and kala, a bride and groom. It's a marriage that also has to be kept fresh. And as someone once said, a good marriage is one which allows for change and growth. Now we know that God is mechadesh b'tuah b'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reishis, that every day, constantly, without fail, God renews creation. And with it, we know that the world is therefore full of fresh opportunities on a daily basis for us to do mitzvahs and the chesed, kindness to other people. And so, if God ensures that there's chiddush in our relationship, then we also have a responsibility to make sure that there's chiddush in our relationship with God. Good Shabbos.